So I'm ugly and this 16-year-old phone saved me. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, damn, I look pretty good, and then the next thing you know, you take a selfie and it's just... A lot of people agree that there's just something about modern smartphone cameras and their aggressive processing, not to mention way too much detail, that make you look like absolute garbage, or at least more so in my case. This was taken on a $700 flagship phone. I am no supermodel, but I don't look like Asian Dracula. And since plastic surgery is too expensive, I thought to myself, okay, so if modern smartphone cameras make me look like crap, what happens if we go backwards? Surely older smartphone, older camera, let's crying in my sleep. So I called up my friend Jeff and ordered a 16-year-old phone. It's the iPhone 4, which by the way is the very first iPhone to get a selfie camera, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna push both of these cameras to their absolute limit by taking them to this allegedly haunted former asylum. Here we are, and let me whip out my 3.5-inch phone. Pixel just destroys the iPhone, right? I didn't know that I could look this ugly. Bro, I look like an extra from the Thriller music video. Goddamn good. Like, this phone just tries to make me fair no matter what. It just hates me having dark skin. Sundar, weren't you paying attention to this? Oh look, I'm next to a gravesite. And yes, the fact that we can see so much is very impressive, but where is all that light coming from? It wasn't from the place that I was at, right? It wasn't that bright. On the iPhone, yes, it's a lot dimmer, and in some instances, I straight up disappear into the shadows like Batman. Yes, it is low resolution. I think it's only a 480p camera, 0.3 megapixels. At least it makes me look normal, right? I don't look like Clayface, so... Thanks, iPhone. Turns out the scariest thing in this place is that there is a dude walking around talking to himself, covered in sweat. You can tell just from those inky blacks and the colors that this was taken on a dark, wet, stormy night. Whilst the Pixel is like, ew, the night is too dark, let's make it late evening. It's starting to rain and there is no Uber, so... That's nice. I am not saying that the iPhone has a better camera than the Pixel or that it makes me look better. The Pixel obviously has the superior camera tech, but I find the lack of detail to be kind of liberating. I don't have to care about what my face looks like and this and that because it's not trying to capture every pore on my skin and brighten it for everyone to see. I think the reason why I look so terrible, or at least more terrible than usual, on the Pixel is because it's trying to make everything equally bright. You can actually see this processing kick into effect after you take a picture. That's exactly what makes these photos look so unrealistic, right? Because in reality, you're supposed to have, shadows and whatnot, right? But Google's like, nah, we don't want any of that. Let's just bleach his face until he's the right color. Thanks, Google. Now, bro, if you think I'm going to end this video by telling everyone to just buy an iPhone 4 and it's going to solve all of your self-esteem issues, no. On a more serious note, look, I know what it's like to look at a picture of yourself and not recognize the person that you see. That's exactly how I felt whilst making this video. In fact, you might notice that in the footage, I'm always looking off to the side, and that's because I don't want to see myself on the viewfinder. So trust me, man, I get it. Ironically, whilst making this video, I actually began to feel a lot better about myself because I learned that the way you look on camera almost always has nothing to do with how you look in real life. There's like a million different things that can impact the way you look in a picture, whether it's lighting, the type of lens, the angle, the colors, a ton of different stuff that can make or break the way that you look. And every single time I come across someone who was super insecure about some part of their face, like their nose or their eyes, whatever the case may be, it was never as bad as they thought it was. So in summary, your self-judgment sucks. Be nice to yourself. And check out why I bought a MacBook I can't afford to fix my life.